Hello, Frank82, showing something different tonight. This is a copy of Camp Candy number 2. Nothing too special, but very sentimental and nostalgic for me. This is the very first comic book I ever read in my life. Literally, the very first one. And it's dated June. No, there's no year on that. It's 1990. And I remember going to the 24-hour mini mart on Fort Hamilton Parkway in Brooklyn. My older brother was buying a wrestling magazine, and I remember seeing this on the rack. And what caught my attention was not that it was a comic book, that it was Camp Candy, because there was a Saturday morning cartoon that we used to watch. So at the time, I didn't really know what comic books were, but this is what got me into it. This is the first one. So, which would have been 1990. This was dated June, so it must have been April. Usually comics come out about 2 or 3 months before its publication, before the publication date that's listed on there. So I'm going to estimate April 1990 was the last time that I ever looked at this. It's a long time ago. Although I'm only lying just a little bit. Last month I did find a few pages on the internet, but it was only a few. And I just opened this up now, so to make it really more exciting for me. See if I can remember any of this. Like 27 years ago was the last time I looked at it. It's an ad for Tricks. I believe this series had 5 issues, maybe? And unfortunately, the cartoon only lasted a season. But John Candy was a gifted comedian and actor, and it's a shame he's been gone for 25 years now. And this is released by Marvel. Yeah, June 1990. Yep. So I have no idea what the story's about. 27 years ago is a long time. Yeah, characters look familiar. I do remember the kid with the glasses. And these two shady guys. They do look kind of familiar. Not sure what that is. Yep, she's familiar. So I will be reading this once I conclude the video. Yep, it's been 27 years since I last looked at this, or ever held a copy, or read it. First comic book that I ever read. All started with this. Popeye Crew Club. I don't recall that at all. Popeye's been around since the 30s. Well, it looks like she's the inspector, I guess, apparently. It's an advertisement for Nintendo wireless head-to-head system. I don't remember what that is. I think the day I bought this, the very first day I ever got a comic, I believe I got a West Coast Avengers. That was at the same time. I don't think I read it. I don't think I ever got into it. That was actually the first and last copy I ever got. the ones after I read this, that's what got me into comics, and I just started buying, like, I didn't have a set title in mind, I just pretty much was buying anything. Again, they had the variety packs, things like that, that's probably what I used to get. Yeah, this isn't familiar, though. I really honestly can't say I remember any of the panels. Well, 27 years ago, that's a long time ago. I do remember the characters, though. And this was the only one that I ever read. I haven't read any other ones. Centerfold here. Trying to remember if something sticks out to me, but I don't really remember any of this. Just the characters. And this is the end of the... Okay, I thought it was only one story. It's actually, oh, at least two. Here's the end of that one. So it must be two. Okay, there's the mail page. This is the second story. So June 1990, again, when this was released, which means it had to be about April. So I was in almost ending first grade. I was only 7 years old when I got this, when I read it. Yeah, the nurse is kind of familiar. But I did watch the cartoon as well, so it could be that. Alf is also... I had a few from the variety packs that I had bought my first year of collecting as well. I think I had a few Alfs as well. Yeah, but this isn't, because some comics I can remember some of the panels, but I don't... It's not too familiar. Only the cover. I'll never forget that. I remember picking it up off the rack. Right off the rack there in the mini-mart. Which is this one. John Candy standing on a bear, fixing the sign. That's how I never forgot it. But I don't really remember the inside stories too much. But to actually be holding this now, to think it was since June of 1990. It's a long time ago. I might buy the rest of the series. I think there's only 5. I should have just actually bought the whole lot, I guess. The whole set when I ordered this. Yeah, I remember the old Chips Ahoy advertisement. So yeah, of course, back then, all we had was the regular and the chewy. Oh yeah, and I remember this. I remember the ad for Lucky Charms. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy that. Again, I know nothing too spectacular, but special moment for me. First comic ever read, ever picked up. I think back then, only $1. Thanks again. I will be showing the rest of the Archies pretty soon. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.